Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Look at Gateways. This is the new puzzle platformer, and again, Northern Lion drinking game. Every time you watch a video of mine in 2012, whenever I say puzzle platformer, take a shot. And if you die, please do not sue me or my organization. But in any case, this is a new puzzle platformer from the guys who also released Adventures of Shuggy earlier this year on Steam, but also like a year or two ago on Xbox Live Arcade. But whereas Adventures of Shuggy was kind of set up in almost like a... you could almost say like a Mario kind of style where every puzzle was contained within its own level. This is more of a labyrinthine, kind of like, I'm not going to say open world, but the entire thing is contained in like one large level. You can almost think of it almost like a Metroidvania puzzle platformer from those guys. But in any case, I'm going to start a new game here because whenever I play puzzle platformers, I prefer to do puzzles I've already done. Otherwise, I will just sit there at the screen and be like, well, I don't understand what's going on. So we're going to start the game up here. And we will get a little bit of a preamble here. I will point out right off the bat, the very first and probably the only mechanic that we're going to see here is very, very reminiscent of Portal. In fact, I know a lot of people in the comments are going to cry that it's a ripoff. However, we'll talk about that as we move on a little bit. Pardon me. Alright, so we're playing as a scientist. Somebody has broken into his lab, and he hopes the gateway guns are safe. So this is our aesthetic here. You can see it's got a nice little, like, kind of pseudo 8-bit aesthetic, but it looks much crisper and clearer and more colorful than that. So we use AD to move around, W to jump, and if we hold W, we jump higher. If we just tap it, we get a little jump. If we hold it, we get a much higher jump. So what we are trying to do is collect all of these power orbs, and eventually we are trying to basically discover like all the technology in our lab. Obviously, it's a good idea not to fall on broken glass. Oh, what have I done here? Now, our main enemy, after that thing ends, is these monkeys that are like in these alien suits almost. I can't reach that yet, okay. So we have these monkeys, and the way that we kill them is just by jumping on their heads, as you might expect. The Mario comparisons continue. Some of them are a little bit stronger than others. This one might take 3. Now, as we get these power orbs, I'll explain. These are not just like a score mechanic. These power orbs are actually going to be of critical importance to the puzzling elements that we are going to come across a little bit later. By the way, the top left is just the amount of test tubes is equivalent to the amount of health that I have left. Or representative of the amount of health I have left, anyway. Now, this is what kind of makes the game a little bit interesting. So, as with any puzzle platformer, as you might expect, there are, of course, a substantial amount of puzzles going on here. The thing that makes this a little bit unusual is that you can actually spend your power orbs at these switches by puzzles to figure out if a puzzle is solvable given your current equipment. Because this does have like a Metroidvania type of setup, where you like go through the level, you'll reach dead ends that you can't do anything about now, but eventually you'll get some more equipment that will open up that area for you. It's kind of a unique way of setting up a puzzle platformer. I actually kind of dig that. So we'll press S. This will spend 5 of our power orbs to see if we can solve this puzzle. Unfortunately, we need to find something else to finish this puzzle. But, as we will see a little bit... oh, that was not good. As we will see a little bit later... what am I thinking here? Sometimes, if you actually do manage to find a puzzle that you can solve by using one of those switches, if you actually spend an inordinate amount of currency, like 5 times 8, so I guess like 40 currency, you can end up just having it solve the puzzle for you, which is kind of interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but we'll talk about that a little bit later, probably. Alright. So again, the story just continuing here. I probably played about an hour and a half of Gateways so far. Maybe slightly less. Oh, maybe like 45 minutes. But the story hasn't really progressed much past this, like, break-in point. So I can't actually kill that guy because he's next to a recharge station. Can we get through here? I believe we cannot. No. So this is an example. There's a lot of different puzzle mechanics that we're going to deal with. You're going to see the portal mechanic. That was just to put me back to full health there. You're going to see the portal mechanic up close and personal. But there's also devices that you can get that can make you grow or shrink in size to enter into locations like this. There's a device that you can use that will make you go back in time, almost like braid style. Can you get through? Yes. Braid style and like cooperate with past versions of yourself. Anyway. You will see the portal gun mechanic going on here. So, this is seriously... I cannot express enough how 2D portal-y this is. So, we can set up 2 portals. Let's do it this way. And what's kind of interesting is the way that the interface is set up, or that it's graphically represented, because as you come close to a portal, you don't actually just see like blue line on the ground, orange line on the ground, or blue oval, orange or oval. Instead, you actually see where you're going to go when you jump through it. So sometimes this can be a little bit of a mindfuck. And you end up in situations like this, and you're just like, pardon me, continuously like falling over and over and over here. But it's kind of difficult to conceptualize where you actually are. But anyway, so with this portal gun, gateway gun, my apologies, we can only... Oh, I didn't even know we could do that, actually. We can only put portals or gateways on cement objects. So any object that's like gray or any wall that's gray, we can put a portal on. I'm just going to call them portals. I know the game is trying to differentiate itself and would probably prefer that I called them gateways. However, for simplicity's sake, I think it's much more logical to simply call them portals. So, now, this area over here that was previously inaccessible to us, I didn't even try in fact, is now 100% accessible to us, and we can enter what is basically, if I bring up our map here, yes, like the next area that we are going to want to go to. The red arrows are good because they kind of keep you, oftentimes in a Metroidvania, you can get a little bit confused about where you're supposed to go, or I can get a little bit confused about where you're supposed to go, but this keeps like a next objective thing, a next objective like indicator on your map, which is nice because it actually lets me know when I'm doing something right and when I'm doing something poorly. So, looks like something has been messing around with my experiments. This laser switch has been wired to open up the door. Why would someone do this? Good question. Okay, so the way that this laser works is when the beam is broken, the door will open. So if you've ever played Portal before, you probably realize that what we'll want to do eventually is cause portals to break that beam permanently. But for now, we're just going to switch through here, or walk through this switch. So let's see if this is solvable. It is indeed solvable. We don't have the orbs required to get the solution, which is good. Because again, oh, stop it. I'm not sure how I feel about that mechanic of like buying solutions to the puzzles. But I haven't really bought many or any solutions to the puzzles, so maybe I just shouldn't talk about it. There we go, we managed to get out of that. We're going to get these power orbs up here as well. There we go. Okay. Now, what do we want to do here? Well, obviously, we have the switch right here that is powered to this door. We want to get this laser, I think, to touch this. So we're going to put a portal down here, and then a portal over here. And there we go. So if you've ever... I mean, the puzzles in the Portal games, at least in Portal 1... Oh, that was bad. There's a recharge station there, so he's gaining more health. I didn't find the puzzles in Portal 1 super difficult, and I don't think anybody really did. I don't know if we want to go through here. Yeah, I can't break that guy. That should not be solvable right now. But the reason that they weren't super difficult is because I think I came to the party on Portal a little bit late. So by the time that I was playing it, I was already like pretty familiar with the mechanics. I think if you were unfamiliar with the mechanics, the puzzles might be a little bit more difficult. However, in this game, the puzzles, at least at the start out quite easy for anybody who has kind of a concept of how portaling works. Sounds like I'm trying to invent a new form of planking or something. So there's a poster for the Adventures of Shuggy. I didn't even notice that on my first run through here. So as we come down through here, we have another puzzle. What do we have to do here? Oh, I think I know what we have to do here. We have to put a portal like down here. And then if we come up here and put a portal up here, right after we step on the switch, should be able to get through there quite easily. How about this one? Fast door S. Is this solvable? Sure, let me know. We don't have enough to buy the solution. Oh, you know what we do here? Very simple. Thank God I didn't waste any money to try to buy the solution there. As I mentioned, yeah, puzzles fairly easy so far, but also satisfying. There's just something about that portal mechanic that is a lot of fun to kind of deal with in video games. I'm not sure, like, again, I know people are going to be crying ripoff. Is it a ripoff of Portal? At least in its opening salvo here, its opening act? I mean, it certainly draws heavily from the, it uses that as an influence to be damn sure. Does that make it a bad game? Not necessarily, you know, it's the same thing. Terraria was obviously heavily inspired by Minecraft, but people eventually, and if you weren't around in the, like, the indie game scene, when Terraria came out, that was a game that got a lot of shit press because people were like, this is a Minecraft clone. But now, it's become, like, one of the most beloved indie games of the last year. Did I open that door? What am I missing? Oh, the laser's slightly off here. And continuing to be slightly off. Oh, I remember what we do here. Okay, 1 second. But yeah, like, it's the Terraria Minecraft situation where when Terraria first started out, or Terraria, whatever you want to call it, people were, like, seriously almost mad about it. Like, this game is trying to, like, steal Notch's life force, like, his baby. 1 second. Oh, we want to get the laser to hit this. Now I remember. Okay, so we want like that. And then we want like that. And then that should open the door. Yes, indeed it did. So yes, even though this draws heavily from Portal, I wouldn't necessarily go so far as to call it a ripoff. I would call it more of a reimagining or like an application of that Portal concept to something a little bit different. Because again, Portal was kind of similar to that Adventures of Shuggy mindset where every level was its own distinct contained puzzle. And that's cool, but I also, pardon me, dig this 2D like Metroidvania style as well. So it looks like I've got no choice but to head down to the basement. It's pretty dark down there. I just hope I can find my other gateway gun somewhere. So again, as I mentioned, there are other mechanics that go on in the game. For example, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let me off. Let's do this. For example, that gun that makes you grow bigger and smaller, which is going to solve a lot of these problems for me that have been previously inaccessible. But for now, just crush this dude. Not a whole lot of platforming here, mostly just puzzling, but that's okay. Drop that there, drop this here. And I want to get all the power orbs just in case, because here's, like, the big issue for me with this game is how do I feel about this weird, like, help point issue, like, we can buy solutions. Let's try buying a solution right now to see how it works. So first, is it solvable? No. Okay, so let's try it on the next one then. Because obviously this is not in the cards for us then. 2 more jumps here. I think I've forgotten, there's something about light that I have forgotten. Do I not have a flashlight of some sort? Stop falling. Okay, seriously. Let's disable our portals for now. You get there and you get there. I'm not gonna walk into you. I'm just trying to... Oh, now I remember. Okay, so we can actually, like, make a portal that will go through the lights. I don't think, like, putting one here is gonna do anything. But if we, like, make a portal here, for example, then the light will shine through at the next part. So if I put a portal here, you see we'll get a little bit more light coming through, sort of. I've actually totally forgotten what to do about this one. We want to get like all of these set up at once. I guess I opened the door completely by accident. Awesome. Alright, so scaling great heights. Is this solvable? You need to find something else to complete this puzzle. Come on, help me out. How about long distance laser? Is this solvable? Okay, buy solution. Oh, so it actually shows you a replay. I'm not sure how I feel about that, and here's why I'm a little bit torn on it. On the one hand, I suck at puzzle platformers. So for me to be able to buy solutions, at least now and then, occasionally, because obviously you're bound by the currency, which might not be in like huge supply, is something that could potentially keep me from getting stuck. So it actually like does it for you. You don't even have to do it yourself. But on the other hand, it does kind of feel like cheating as well. Like if you can come across a difficult puzzle and just decide, you know what? I don't really want to play this puzzle in gateways. I can just skip it. It's like, would Braid have been as satisfying if there were puzzles that... I mean, you can skip over any puzzle in Braid, but would Braid have been as satisfying if there was an option where it was like, jump on 3 dudes' heads and you can skip this next puzzle and still get the jigsaw piece for it? I posit that the answer to that question would be no. Let's open up our map here. So we need to get all the way back down there. Is there a shortcut again that I can take? Yes, I think I just walked back here to the save point and then I can walk back in here. Awesome. Oh, don't crush me. Is this where I want to be? I cannot recall if this... Oh, this is the way we came. Okay. So let's shoot our way up here. So I don't know. I think people are going to feel very strongly about that. About whether they feel like that is cheating or unfair. But hey, if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it, I guess. So we do have a flashlight now. Assuming I pick it up. So that's our second power-up. Kind of a weak one, I guess. In Metroidvania style, but, you know, whatever. It's gonna get the job done. It's worth noting that I haven't run into it here, but on my first run-through of the game, I actually came across kind of like higher jump power-ups. I'm not sure if there's max health power-ups as well. What do I want to do here? I can't... What if I use my... Can I shoot? You can't shoot the gateway gun and the flashlight at the same time. Let's see if this puzzle is solvable. You need to find something else to finish this puzzle. Alright, I kind of dig that. Because it means that I don't have to waste any more time. Oh, there's like a laser beam in here. Because it means that I don't have to waste any of my time trying to figure out if a puzzle is solvable. I can just, you know, like go on my merry way if it's not. And I think it's something like that is kind of necessary from a design standpoint for... Ooh, okay, so we have a laser here. Is this solvable? I feel like something like this is almost necessary from the perspective of... From like a design perspective, because otherwise... In a Metroidvania where you can kind of go like wherever you want, you would just have people like beating their heads against the wall over and over, trying to figure out like, can I solve this? Can I solve this? Without realizing, no, actually, you can't solve it given your current situation. Alright, so our flashlight activates these light sensors that you can see, allowing us to open doors. Do we have anything else up here? By the way, from like a technical standpoint, game controls absolutely fine. This is me playing it with mouse and keyboard, but I've also spent a lot of time with it on the controller as well. Like the first hour or so that I spent with it was on the controller, and it controls absolutely fine like that as well. So can we just shoot our way over here? Oh, yes indeed we can. So let's do that. Do I have to... Where am I? I'm in a new place. People are upside down. I got very confused. There's a recharge station here, so I should just watch out for that. This is a totally new area for me, and it is dark as hell. Looks like we've got to activate several light sensors at once. But for now, let's just collect some power orbs. So in terms of length, I'm not necessarily sure how long Gateways is, but it feels like, if you looked at my save file at the beginning, I mentioned that I had like 45 minutes to an hour in. Why am I trying to make that jump? It's like Portal, man. I had like 45 minutes to an hour in the game, and I was about 13% through it. What is this? What the hell is going on? Oh, I used the same portal twice. I do that quite frequently. Oh my god, regardless of what kind of portaling game it is. But yeah, so I was about 13% in after, you know, roughly an hour or so. This is the first time I've actually died, so let's see what happens here. We just respawned at a checkpoint. Awesome. Yeah, so again, you can do the math for that in yourself probably. You can probably figure like 20% per hour, which means, you know, this is going to be like a 5 to 7 hour game, depending on your proficiency at puzzle platformers. Or depending on how much currency you generate so that you can just buy the solutions to the puzzles yourself. And it looks like we actually saved the power orbs that we earned, so dying is not necessarily a huge problem in this game. Oh, that was weird. So is this thing finally dead? Is there somewhere over here that we can maybe go? Yes, there is. Let's bust that open and then jump down on top of him. Oh. And there we go, more power orbs for me. How are we gonna get out of here though? Because there's like 2 light sensors. There's one here, and then there's one here. So let's activate this one. And we've already activated the other one. Should the door not just open? Do we have to activate both at the same time? Oh, there's a third one. Where's the third one? It's down here, right here. Okay. And then there's a fourth one right here. Surely you don't have to get all 4 at the same time. Let's see. Is this solvable? Buy solution. Well, I can't. I would love to, but I can't. Maybe you have to hit them in an order. Oh, or maybe I just solved it by accident. Okay, so I think maybe we just have to be fast. Yeah, I think we just have to be fast. Well, we made it through there without too many problems, and now I'm in like uncharted territory. I don't think I got to this area. Oh, this must be a shortcut. I don't think I got to this area on my first run, so let's save. And then we will... It's a recharge station, so we can't do anything there. Just platform through here. How about this? I want to get to that test tube. That's got to be a health upgrade. Let's put our flashlight away and do some power orb generation here. Now we'll take our flashlight out again because it's super fucking dark. Where is the power here? It's like a sensor up there. But should there not also be a sensor over here, maybe? Okay, so maybe we have to get both. Simultaneously, I think we have to get both. Let me, I want to... I think we have to light both at exactly the same time. I've already gone to the help point. I can buy the solution pretty soon. Where's this dude to get the fuck out of the way? Pink Floyd poster on the wall. What is this, like my freshman year dorm? Okay, so you go up there. So we're gonna try to use a portal maybe. Like a portal here, and a portal here. And then flash our light, like right there. in the hopes that it would hit both portals at once. I don't think it's doing that. I am confused about that, but that's okay. Is that even our next objective? It's not. Our next objective is down here. So let's check out this last puzzle, and then we'll probably finish it off. Resizing gateway gun is still here as well. This is odd. I feel like I'm being toyed with. Why would anyone lock me away but leave a trail of objects that gradually let me progress further? It's as though someone is playing a game with me. Alright, I get that kind of self-referentiality. I dig it. At least now I'll be able to get through these small corridors. So this is our second gateway gun now. So we can use 1 and 2 to switch between our guns. Our second one is our resizer. So if we put a small gateway... Is that what I have equipped? Yes. Well, first off, let's get out of here. 1 second, I'm super confused. So there's our... We gotta put our flashlight away first. That's the issue. Okay. The left click will put a small gateway, and right click will put a large gateway. So if we go from small to large, what happens? We get bigger. If we go from large... If we go from large to small, then we get smaller. So let's again do that. Large to small. Oh. And now we should be able to come back through here. Open that up, and then maybe get the heck out of here. I dig that. I think that's pretty cool. So this has been Gateways, now available on Steam for $5. If you can get over the fact, and trust me, this is all in your mind. I don't think too many people are going to feel like this. If you get over the fact that it might be heavily influenced, at least in its opening act there, by Portal, you will find what I think has been one of the most satisfying puzzle platformers of the game, or sorry, of the year. For me so far, simply because of the fact that it's well designed, the mechanics are good, and it's kind of traditional, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not a game, and I like Closure, but it's not a game like Closure where you're like learning new mechanics from the very beginning, like you have to learn the rule set for the game right at the start. For me, this is just a puzzle platformer where it's like, you know the rules, now just like apply them and actually get some good work done. And I enjoy the fact as well, can I get through here now? No, probably not. I enjoy the fact as well that it's set up in this like Metroidvania style as opposed to like, you know, level 1-1, level 1-2. But in any case, it's been Gateways, like I said, $5, also available on Xbox Live Indie Games, but, you know, for most of you, probably you're going to be listening to this on Steam. But in any case, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.